Hey guys, it's me, Ty, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today we are back doing a few tier lists here today on the channel. And today we are doing I guess you could call part 2 of our Mortal Kombat tier lists. If you haven't seen part 1 episode, I guess you could call it, you should definitely go check that out. But basically, I'm trying. This episode was mainly made because I'm kind of compensating for the community poll we had. If you didn't know, we had a community poll on 3 different games you could vote for. And you could vote for which game you'd like me to play. And the winner of said poll was Mortal Kombat 1. And I haven't gotten around to playing it yet this month. And I have my reasons. Most will not be said, but I own the game and I am playing it. I have played most of it and am having a blast. It is incredible, but that's because I own it on console. I do not own it on PC yet. So once I get around to getting it on PC, that'll be when I can get that done. But until then, it might take a while. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a quick, immediate video. But don't worry, I'll still flow out the nice Mortal Kombat content to keep us flowing. But today we have 3 tier lists we are going to be doing themed around Mortal Kombat. One themed around this first one here we're going to be doing, which is themed around Mortal Kombat 1, the newest game. And then 2 others which are just kind of out there, just based off of other things. But other than that, let's get right into today's video, shall we? So this is a tier list, ranking all of the current Mortal Kombat 1 characters that are playable. It does not have the DLC characters that have been already announced for Combat Pack 1, just because of the fact that they aren't out yet, they're not playable. But, I'm gonna say something already. Yes, this is a tier list. You're gonna be ranking them on how good the character is and stuff like that, which I 100% will do. But I'm just gonna say this outright. I'm not a competitive player. I don't play competitively. I like to play casual. I play these games with my friends all the time. I remember I used to play, I still do, honestly, play Mortal Kombat 11 all the time with my friends. It's very fun. It's a great series. Mortal Kombat, in my opinion, is easily the best fighting game. That's just my opinion, though. You can have other opinions, but I just have a blast playing it. And now we're going to be ranking all the characters. So I'm going to be ranking them not only how good the character is, but also how, how do I say this? How fun they are, Um, talking more of a casual standpoint instead of a competitive standpoint, how good are they? Are some of the bad characters for competitive actually kind of overpowered for more of the casual players? Or are some of the better characters worse? How fun are they, basically, is what I'm trying to determine. But let's get right into this. No more stalling. First we're getting Baraka in here. Baraka, huge glow up in this game. He got some love that he very much deserved. They did him real good in Mortal Kombat 11, and then they gave him even more good stuff in Mortal Kombat 1. His new design is very nice. I very much like it. It embraces his whole theme very well. And I have seen competitive tier lists, and apparently he's like one of the best characters in the game. He is very good. Um, and that is awesome because usually he's not the most competitively viable. Apparently, most of the time he kind of sucks. But now he's actually not that bad, which is cool because everybody wants to see Baraka get some good shine because he's just a fun character. He's cool. He's creepy in a cool way, But for how fun he is, for gameplay wise, I wouldn't say he's overpowered. Some of the inputs he's got are pretty nasty, but if you learn to block them enough, they aren't really an issue. Um, he is pretty unpredictable at times, and he's got a lot of good range for his melee attacks. But he's still really cool. He's very visually appealing. He's very fun. I really like his fatalities, and he's just really cool. I'm gonna give him honestly an A. He might get ranked up to an S if the other characters can outshine him, or and unshine him. That makes him look better than he is ranked right now. But next we got Lee May, a character I was looking forward to returning. Um, I know in the previous video where we ranked a lot of Mortal Kombat characters. I didn't know a lot of them because I hadn't played those games. I have taken a lot of time recently before the game came out to play those games or just watch things about them, and I've learned a lot of things about the characters and just a lot of the characters I really like Lee May I think is pretty neat. It's a simple enough character, but I really do enjoy playing her in the game. Probably one of my favorite female characters to play. I really like her whole fireworks thing. I think that's really cool. And her whole redemption thing in the story mode is also pretty nice. So, honestly, I'm gonna give her an A. And by the way, just saying this right now, I know it's probably already established, but this is all my opinion. If you're actually not a huge Lee May fan, or maybe you just absolutely despise her for a reason unknown, that's your opinion. That's fine. But this is what I think personally, and I think she's pretty fun to play. Um, she's not overpowered. She's pretty fun, and plus the dragon thing she's got is pretty neat. Smoke. Smoke is currently my favorite character in the game to play right now. He is very fun. Not only is he's not necessarily overpowered, but casually, he's pretty overpowered. At least not, and comparatively, maybe not because people are used to him. But from a casual standpoint, he's pretty overpowered. He's got tons of different ways to teleport around and move and schmove. His combos are pretty simplistic enough to pull off. He's very fun to play, and he's very cool as a character. I've always liked Smoke, and he's awesome. I'm gonna give Smoke an S tier. He's cool, he's fun, and it just shows how great of a character he can be. Um, Next we have Rain. Rain I really like in the game. He's not one of my best characters, but I do like to just play him for fun. I love his water magic and his moveset in the game. It's very, very nice to watch. It is so satisfying. And also just the whole thing in general and the being a mage. It's nice seeing him more of a mage than an actual ninja. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that because he's always been the ninja. He's the cool ninja mage hybrid, which is really nice. It's really cool. But the fully embracing the mage look really suits him, actually, in my opinion. And it looks good. It fits him so well. It makes him less look like a combat fighter, but it's still. Uh, uh, Excuse me there. Had a yawn, but it still makes him look just like totally capable of fighting you, even without the whole melee combat thing. Like, if he hits you with that staff, it'll hurt. But I'm gonna put him honestly in A. He's very fun to play. He's not very good necessarily. Sometimes he can be a struggle to play with how slow some of his moves can be. But he's still so fun, and he's just so cool. I can't give him any worse. Raiden. Raiden's I don't know what to feel about Raiden. I really liked him in the story mode, and he's pretty cool to watch and play. But he's not only is he kinda in casual play, he's not as overwhelming as he is and competitive. He's still pretty good casually, but still like he's fun to play. I'm gonna say that already. He's got some silly moves, and you can definitely tell that he is Raiden. But the whole not a god thing anymore kind of kills him. You know, his old god status was a staple for him, and that's a good thing. It's nice to see that they can make him work even without the godhood. But the fact that they had to give him back the electricity powers, which is a good thing, it still means he's Raiden. But um yeah, you know, I just think it at least keeps him still unique. So I'm gonna give him a B. He's fun. He's pretty solid. He's entertaining to watch, but it just I think there's something about him that's just missing. You know, I'll put him an A. He's a lower on the A side though. Definitely lower. Melina. Melina is awesome. I love how many good bad guy characters that get turned into good guys in the story. Baraka as an example, or Melina as probably the prime example in my opinion. Melina is awesome in the game. Um, Queen-ish of Outworld, I guess you could call it. She is awesome, pretty fun to play, pretty entertaining to watch. Um, her the way her mouth moves, it's so cool. She's awesome. I don't need to say anything else. Immediate S tier. She's awesome. Very fun to play, very entertaining to watch, and just cool in general. Um, okay, Kung Lao. Um, I don't know. He kind of got I don't know. He got upgrades and downgrades in this game. He's younger, which is not a bad thing, but it just shows that he's not as skilled. Um, I really like how his animations move. His whole smooth moves and all that, and his cockiness that he has in the story mode, which I really enjoy watching, make him cool. His gameplay's kind of choppy at times, and I just feel like he never gets the job done fully most of the time. I'm gonna give him a A. I think he's mostly held up by his appearance in the story mode, but he's still pretty fun to watch. But gameplay wise, he's got something that just doesn't hold. Um, Kenshi, Mr. Best character in the game, overpowered. He is very fun to play, no doubt. Very fun. Fighting him is painful though. If you're the guy playing him, you're having a blast. If you're the guy fighting him, you're not having a blast. Um, He's very cool. Everybody likes Kenshi, and I really like the way his moveset is. It's very cool, but it's also kind of overpowered. Both in competitive and casual. If you can figure out how to use some of his special moves, just a single one, you're set. You're good. He is just that cracked. But overall, he's still very awesome. His story mode is great, and it's so nice to see that Kenshi's getting so much love in the game. And it's exciting to see Takeda in the DLC, Combat Pack 1. It's gonna see interesting to see if he's his son or not. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing they'll still be related though. I don't know. Because he's too young to be a father in this game. That's for sure. He isn't that young. He could still be a father, but like he's pretty young compared to when he was a father in Mortal Kombat X. I'll still give him an A. He's awesome though. Johnny Cage. Whew. I haven't talked too much about skins in the game. But I will bring them up for Johnny. This is something that holds Johnny down a little bit, but not by much. His skins kind of suck. His Jean-Claude Van Damme and his fur coat he's got skin are really nice. I really like those skins, but other than that, his other skins kind of suck. They're so bland. They're just color changes. Um, they're so meh. But overall, his gameplay is very fun. I like his whole his cool like special attack weird feature he's got, like the star like charge thing. Don't really know what it's called. He's awesome in the story mode as usual. Johnny Cage is always going to be an S tier in everybody's hearts. He is just the pinnacle of comedy and references for Mortal Kombat, and that's why we love him. And the fact he gets heavy boosted because of the Jean-Claude Van Damme skin. That is awesome. He is definitely an S tier. Kitana. Whew, Kitana did Uh, she was nice, and there was hints of her and Raiden kind of having the hots, kind of like how Liu Kang had the hots for Kitana back in the day. Um, I don't really know what to say about this. She didn't get a lot of attention, really, honestly, in the story mode, which is an issue, and she's still pretty fun to play, and she is very visually appealing to watch. But, she just something about her just doesn't stick with me. Um, Maybe just her lack of appearances and just lower presentation in the game, but that's only in the story mode. Everything else for her is pretty great. So I'm gonna give her an A just for that. But there's not really a bad character in the game, huh? Um, but let's see. We got Mintara. Okay, this might be our first thing below A. Mintara was done dirty. Everybody's excited that we got this celebrity lady. What's her name? Megan Fox as her voice actor. I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I'm not the only person that's ever said this, but she didn't do a very good job as the voice actor. It hardly sounds like she's trying to fit the mood. Um, she sounds so casual when saying it, and it kind of makes the conversation or just the things she says sound awkward. And it sounds like she's not actually serious about anything. Um, it's a good voice, but not a good act. You see what I mean there? Gameplay overall though, she is very unique to see. I don't think she's honestly that fun to play. She's kind of difficult to play, and her whole mechanics are just kind of underwhelming. Um, I just don't think she was doing so well. I'm She's still good enough though to where I'm gonna give her B, but she's heavily held down by the poor performance from her voice actor and just her gameplay being a lot trickier for even just the casual player. Um, hmm. Or at least that's in my opinion, at least. But Scorpion is next. I'm just gonna put him in the tier list. Sorry, S tier. He was incredible. He's typical Scorpion. He's still got the whip. He's got not the whip, the spear. He's got the spear. He says "get over here" in a different version, like every different way, and it's awesome. He can teleport. He's got tons of different new moves. He is awesome. The fact that Kuai Liang, the second Sub-Zero in the original timeline, is now Scorpion, that's pretty cool. The fact that he's not just some dead guy brought back to life, and he's just a dude with fire powers, is really, really cool. He is awesome in the game. Um, in the story mode, he starts the Shirairu. I don't even know how to say it. I'm not even going to attempt it. I just ravaged the name. But it is awesome. He is awesome. And his fatalities are pretty fun too. Both brutal and just creative. So I'm going to definitely give him S. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is easily my favorite Mortal Kombat character. At least right now. He's always been that guy that you can always look up to. Like Scorpion, Sub-Zero's the big face, just like Scorpion. Him and Scorpion are tied for biggest name in the franchise. And he's just awesome. Ice powers, the cool voice, the serious tones. He is the guy. He's awesome. Now we have Bihan returning in his role as Sub-Zero. He is. I'm not gonna spoil the story, but too much, as I already have. But he is. Uh. He's about the nicest dude. Let's just say that. Um. He's not the nicest dude. And because of this, he's gonna be. He is not. He's fun to play as, and his moves are very visually appealing. I love his fatalities, But that story mode impression made me so disappointed in him. I get it's Bihan, and he's just naturally the bad guy, but I just feel like he could have been so much more, you know? But he wasn't. So I am gonna just have to rank him as an A. He is still pretty cool though, so I'll give him that. Let's just speed through these next few characters. Liu Kang, both fatalities S tier immediately. They are awesome. They are candy for my eyes. They are awesome. Very awesome. Very, very awesome. His gameplay is fun. He's very fluid. He's very simple. He's very good to and easy to understand for the beginner. And he's just a great character in general. And his character in the story mode shows that he's perfect for the role as a god. He's awesome. Honestly, might like him a little bit better than Raiden as a god. A little bit though. Raiden was still the awesome god he could be. Liu Kang definitely gets S. Shao Kahn, the notorious bad guy. I would say that Shao Kahn is I say an A. Visuals awesome. His gameplay is very fun. He's the big heavy dude. He's the big heavy guy. He's the hard hitter dude. And that's cool. It's not surprising that he's a bad guy in the story mode. That's a no-brainer. That's not surprising. But just the fact that he still is going at it is pretty neat, even when Liu Kang put him in a role that makes him better than, things. But it's still nice to see that he's holding up. Also, I really like his helmet in the game. It's pretty cool. Sindel. I'm going to put Sindel at B. I can explain. Sindel, incredible character. Her story mode appearances are great. She appears in the background of one of the maps you can fight on. She's awesome. Sindel is great. But playing as her is weird. Her gameplay is understandable, but it's a little confusing at times. And if you're someone like me this that was bored and decided to try online for one game, I found out that Sandel apparently has a infinite in the game, and everybody was trying to use it on me, and it was not fun. Everywhere I go, I see Sindel online. Not everywhere, obviously. There are some other characters I see, but Sindel appears more often than others, and she is annoying to fight. She's just something about her just doesn't click. And plus the thing that her shriek now stuns and kind of locks in the opponents instead of knocking them back as like a powerful damage move. It's a cool concept and it makes sense, but I don't know. It's kind of OP. But I'm not gonna judge her any more longer. Might get ranked up, but Astra, I'm gonna put as A. Astra's pretty neat. The whole glowy, holy demon thing is pretty fun. Her sword and her fatalities are very cool, and her gameplay is pretty fun. There's nothing much else to say. And also, apparently, I have recently learned that in the canon of this story, she is now in a relationship with a reptile. Yeah, that's interesting. Havoc returning as a bad guy. Havoc has a pretty nice design. He's pretty neat. Playing as him is kind of confusing, but he is still manageable. His story mode appearances are pretty nice, and some of his helmets are pretty nice too. I like him. He's cool, and he's pretty funny at times. But the whole head detaching thing is also kind of neat. I'm gonna give him A. Reptile. He's returned. He's a good guy now. He's got his human form and his reptile form, which his reptile form has changed and is awesome. The way he works and everything like that is just awesome. Reptile is incredible in my opinion in the game. He is fun to play, very visually appealing. He's awesome in every way possible. He is definitely an S tier. Gearus returns as another character returning as a good guy. Liu Kang recreates him and now makes him good guy. I like Gearus a lot, and I'm happy that he became a good guy now and serves Liu Kang because he deserves a lot more. You could tell that he wasn't really a bad dude in Mortal Kombat 11, um, but now he gets to really show that he can be the better person. Yeah. More yawns, apologies. But Geras doesn't have a lot of the things that he has in Mortal Kombat 11, like the giant sand fist he has. He doesn't have that anymore. But he still is very cool. His gameplay, honestly, more fun than this Mortal Kombat 11 version. He is awesome. I'm gonna have to give him S tier for that. He's got great redemption. His story appearances are minimal but great. His gameplay is very fun. He's very visually appealing, and I just think he got such a good glow up in the game. Tanya. I'm gonna have to put Tanya at B. Visually, she's very cool, and her gameplay is pretty unique. But at times, it can be kind of weird to play as her. Sometimes it can feel overpowered or lackluster. Her story mode appearances are. She appears pretty often, but she doesn't appear very prominently. And she just didn't leave an impact that a lot of characters did. I do like that she's another character that gets a good redemption arc, but she just she's just a bit too different and weird in my opinion. Like she's still pretty cool and I like her whole like hand unification power. I think that's pretty cool, but I have nothing else to say about her. So let's move on to Reiko. Reiko's fatalities are brutal. I don't know who messed with this guy and traumatized him, but dang, he destroys. His gameplay is very fun. He is good with his feet, and or just legs, I should say, and he's just awesome. He has very low appearances in the story mode, and he gets swept easily, obviously, in the story mode, being more of a lackey than anything. But he's still pretty cool, and his gameplay is very fun. I'm gonna have to give him an A for that. Shang Tsung is our final character, the first DLC character that you can play as. The pre-order bonus also. Shang Tsung is very fun. He is extremely unique and extremely complicated. Casual players will hardly even know how to do a single combo with him when it comes to switching between his forms. The fact that he can become young, old, and you instantly at any time he wants is not only overpowered but kind of confusing. It is very cool and visually fun to play as him though, and some of his moves are pretty neat, and his story mode appearance is pretty fun. I'm gonna have to give him S tier for that, just for his smug look and alone, and also that funny smile he has at the beginning, that creepy smile. That is meme fuel if I've ever seen it before. But that's the tier list. I hope you can agree with that. If you don't, that's fine. I'd like to see you guys' rankings if you'd like to leave comments down below of what you would rank them. I didn't rank any C or below because no character is really bad in the game, and I enjoy most of all of them. Moving on. Next, we're gonna be speedrunning this one, but this is a Mortal Kombat XL tier list, or just X if you want to call it. I just recently started to play Mortal Kombat X, like I mentioned. I started to play the games, and I quite enjoy the game. So this is going to be just a tier list, just like the last one for this game, and I'm going to be speedrunning it. So I'm going to be just explaining things very briefly. Alien is an S tier. Extremely fun, very cool, fatalities are silly, and sometimes if you fail his fatality, at least you get a cool victory screen either way. Very cool. Boraicho, A. Very disgusting way he fights, but it's very funny, and I just find him as a pretty unique character. Cassie Cage, A. Very fun, very cool. I wouldn't say really unique because she's just a hybrid of both uh, Johnny and Cage and Sonya Blade, as since she is their daughter, but still she is quite the character. Cyber Sub-Zero, secret character, already ranks him up to S tier. He is surprisingly different from normal Sub-Zero. He has differences, and he is pretty unique. He not only is he secret, but it just makes him just all that much cooler. Um, Cyrax, A. Cyrax is one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, kind of like Sub-Zero. He in the game is pretty moderate to play. He's nothing too big and crazy, but I still quite enjoy him, so I'm gonna give him an A. Who is that? Devora. Devora, I'm going to give a B. The story mode appearances for some of these characters were pretty, okay. They were pretty good. Every character had their time to shine for a little bit. But Devora appeared a lot. She got some kills. Like, jeez, she was out for blood. But Devora I never liked even in this game. Her gameplay's okay, but she just, I don't know. Some of the better just freaks me out. I don't. She's just unappealing in my opinion. Ermac. Ermac is an A. He is held back from S tier because of his absolute absurdity of a moveset. He is overpowered in my opinion, casually and competitively. He is just, there's something about him that's just so cool though at the same time, and he's just awesome. Um, who is this? Oh, Aaron Black. Aaron Black, I'm going to have to give him, I'm going to give him B. His gameplay is okay. It's pretty moderate. His appearance in the story mode is pretty awesome, but he just doesn't got much else other than that. Ferrator, S tier. Like I said, this is my opinions. Ferrator I find hilarious and pretty funny. It's two characters combined into one big, one small. They have different fighting styles, even allow for Tor to be alone and Farah just to give him orders from the sidelines, which is pretty cool. They're just so funny. Farah's just really ferocious, exactly what you expect. And it's silly and appealing to watch at the same time. It's a pretty good character, and they're just fun to play in general. I like them about that, especially since Tor just uses Farah as just a weapon, which is pretty neat. Goro, I give an A. His gameplay's okay. It's exactly what you'd expect from Goro, but he's still pretty neat overall, and I appreciate his character. Next we have, Jackie Briggs. I'm gonna give Jackie a C. Out of all the combat kids, she's probably my least favorite. I really like the combat kids. Really cool concept. Kind of a ripoff, but cool concept. And most of the characters I do like. But I just don't like Jackie. She's cool, and her moments with Takeda are very cute in the story mode. But just something about her just doesn't hit, especially since she's just kind of a blatant ripoff of her father, and she's just not as fun to play as her father. Also, in my opinion, Jason Voorhees is S tier. Most of the collab characters are likely to be S tier. They are very fun to play, very unique. Jason is exactly what you expect out of him: brutal, crazy, and doesn't speak. He is awesome. Jax is a B. Um, he is not the most overpowered character in the game. He's still kind of fun to play in the game. And his appearances are okay, but overall, he doesn't have too much. Johnny Cage, S tier. Gameplay wise, he's pretty good. He's pretty fun. His appearances in story mode are also obviously incredible, and overall, just a great character. Kano. I give Kano B. He is really annoying to fight in the story mode and just in general. But he's still pretty okay. He's appealing to watch at times still. But he's awesome. His appearances in the story mode are great. Kenshi is an A. I love the fact that he's a father in the story mode. He's just he's just a father just looking out for his son. And he's just also just kind of funny in the story mode. And I like that. Uh Kitana. I give Kitana in the game a C. She is one I've heard pretty good competitively. Casually, I say she just mid. A bit of above average. She's fun to play, and she's pretty unique, but her appearances in the story mode are so underwhelming due to her Revenant status that it just holds her back. And that's what happens with a lot of these characters. Uh, let's see, we got Kotal Khan. I give him a B. He is very noble and he's doing everything he can for Outworld. I appreciate that, but his status as an antagonist to our good guys here just scratches that service away. Kun Jin, I give an A. A lot of people would probably rank him lower, but I like him. He's the second character I could think of to ever use a bow and arrow. First, I think of is Nightwolf, but he uses it more regularly compared to Nightwolf only using his as a projectile, compared to him using it as a legit weapon. He is very unique, he's very cool, and he's just got a unique concept to him that makes him different, and I like that. And I also like his more Hercules look. I think it's fun. Um, okay, I'm gonna have to give a C to Kung Lao. Once again, exact same situation as Katana. Cool, fun to play, but Revenant status heavily holds him back. It just makes his appearances in the story mode so lackluster. Some of the things he says are kind of true, though. Leatherface is a S. He's very silly to watch. He's very funny to just see his idiot brain do all these dumb things. And his gameplay is pretty fun, actually. So he's definitely deserving of S. Liu Kang is a B. He is slightly better than the other Revenants. He does more honor, but he is really annoying to fight. Extremely annoying. But still, he's pretty unique, and I do like him. Let's see who we got here. Melina. Melina is an A. Unlike most other characters, Melina in the game is not a Revenant, and she dies in the story mode. That should be already established by now, but she's still pretty cool. I appreciate her as a character. She's fun to play. She's pretty unique, and that's all I had to say, really. Who is that? Predator. Predator's S. He's literally on par with the Xenomorph. Very cool, very unique. I love his moveset, and I love the fact that when he came out, there's skins that 3 characters got themed around him. Infrared Scorpion, that Johnny Cage skin, and then the Jackson Briggs skin, which is pretty cool, the Jack skin. Quan Chi is a B. His death in the story mode was pretty neat, but at the same time, he's just that really deep voiced cool guy that exists only to serve people, and that's it. Raiden is an A. His story mode appearance is awesome, and his end credit scene is terrifying. He just shows how much a character that's even a god can develop with feelings like a mortal. Reptile is a C. His gameplay is okay. It is fun to play, but his story mode appearances are so underwhelming. So underwhelming. Scorpion is an obvious S tier. He's like never lower than B. A or S are like his home. Not only is he fun to play as usual, but he's pretty unique. He's pretty fun. His story mode appearances are great. And he is also finally gets revenge on Quan Chi for killing his family in the story mode. So that's great. Sector. Sector is an A. He is on par with Cyrax. Basically has same gameplay, but with Sector's special moves instead of Cyrax's. I just think he's just got the same umph. Shinnok is an A. His gameplay is very unique and very fun, but his story mode appearances are kind of underwhelming. I do really like his final boss in the game, though. Very cool. Cyborg Smoke is an S. Very fun to play. His gameplay has just got more umph compared to Cyrex and Sector, and he's just so unique, especially with the smoke filling out everywhere. It's pretty cool. Triborg here is appearing. I'm just seeing him here. I'm just gonna put him in A, just because these all of them at once. But okay, we got Sonya. Sonya, I'm gonna give a B. She's got some good appearances in the story mode, but I just think that there's something about it that just feels a little lacking. I'm guessing it's just the really underwhelming models a lot of the characters have in the game, especially a lot of the humans. But still, she's pretty neat. Sub-Zero is an S. His gameplay in the game is kind of choppy, to be honest, but he's still very fun to play. And is still pretty great. Takeda is an S. Everybody fell in love with him immediately. So did I. Very, very fun to watch, play. He's very funny. His gameplay is so satisfying with the whips. I'm so happy when he is. I'm gonna be so excited to see how he plays out in Mortal Kombat 1, because it's gonna be so unique to see how he moves. Tanya is, I say, a B. Her gameplay is pretty moderate. It's nothing too special, and her gameplay appearances in the story mode are pretty low. Trimmer is an A. Very cool to watch. He's very fun to play, and he's just great to see him back. If you have not seen the Mortal Kombat Omni-Man reveal trailer that they finally revealed, you should go see it. Tremor is going to be a DLC cameo that comes out with him, and that's awesome. It's gonna be great. But that's the list. If you guys agree with that, just leave comments down below, like I mentioned, of what you would rank. But finally, we have potential guest characters in Mortal Kombat. We are going to be speedrunning this, like I mentioned before, but we're going to be zooming through these, and let's see who they got. To be in Mortal Kombat 1, potentially in Combat Pack 2, and onward. Slender Man is, I would say, impossible. First off, Slender Man is not a physical fighter. He does not make much sense at all. He's the teleporter guy that appears and gets you when you least expect it. That's not how he would play. He would be cool, and it would be awesome to see him, but it would be weird to see him be pulled off. I just don't think he would be. John Wick is very possible. He is perfect for Mortal Kombat. He is a survivor, a man-killing machine. He fits every check mark when it comes to being a Mortal Kombat guest, so he definitely is a good pick. Michael Myers, also a phenomenal pick. Whenever you think of a horror character to be added to Mortal Kombat, it's always Michael Myers. Since we got everybody else, Michael Myers is probably the other most requested. But I think a lot of people at NetherRealm Studios hold back to adding him, mainly because of the fact that he is very similar to Jason, and we already got Jason. So what else are you gonna do? It's very possible that they can pull it off, but it's just gonna be unique to see how they can do it. Okay. Now we have Ghostface. I say also very possible. Probably second place for most picked horror character. I have seen leaks that apparently Ghostface might actually be added to the game in Combat Pack 2 next year, which is crazy to think that we have leaks that shouldn't be revealed until like summer next year, which is crazy. But it just shows that Ghostface is going to be a big thing if he's actually added, because he's so unique. He would have a very unique moveset, and it would be pretty fun. So I think it'd be nice. I believe that this is Ash Williams. I would say maybe. Ash Williams would be very possible if he wasn't already happened to be in Mortal Kombat 11. He was going to be added. to Mortal Kombat 11, but they lost their chance to do that through like copyright stuff, so they basically didn't get to add him. So I just think he's got a little bit less chance than others. Pennywise. I would say Pennywise is probably no. And there's a few reasons why. Pennywise is very cool, but he just doesn't stick out as a fighter. Here, the guy right next to him, Pinhead. I'm gonna put him in the exact same thing. These guys follow the same circumstance. They are creepy horror characters, and they would have some cool, unique, like, fatalities or something like that. But these guys would serve better as cameo fighters than they would actual mainstream roster fighters in Mortal Kombat 1. Mainly because of the fact that they don't really actually fight mano a mano. Especially Pinhead. They just don't got it, you know? But they would still be pretty cool nonetheless. The pig guy from Saw. I'm gonna say probably no also. He's cool, but he's so obscure, so tiny, and little appears out of him other than that one appearance in what is it? You know the game, the horror game about that likes that had horror characters. Dead by Daylight, that's the name. He was at that. I just don't think he's got the for it. You know, I just don't think so. This guy do not know. Like I don't know him at all. I feel like I recognize him, but I'm gonna say probably impossible. Because he doesn't look like he would be a fighter, and even if he was, I don't think he has any supernatural abilities to realistically keep up with anybody else. At the same time, I have Scream, who's just a bunch of teenagers wearing costumes, but at least they're unique and fun. Demogorgon is probably a maybe. Honestly, if Stranger Things was actually getting a new season, which it might, I don't know. That this might be a possibility, but it's likely a no. It's a huge maybe. Demogorgon can definitely fight and is very cool, but I just don't think it's got it, you know? I just don't think it's got it. But yeah, Emperor Palpatine, I'd say impossible. It would be cool to see him, but I just don't think he's a Mortal Kombat character. He doesn't even fit the agenda. That Star Wars brand he's got under his as a title, that just scraps that name away from him. RoboCop, I'm gonna just put him down there because the fact I'm gonna put him impossible just because the fact that he's already in Mortal Kombat. Beetlejuice, I would say impossible. I'd say I wish. He's probably never ever gonna happen. He would be silly, but he is no fighter. He does. I can't even think of a good fatality he could have. He's just not got enough. I'd say maybe for Red Hood. Red Hood's pretty cool. He's brutal. He would definitely be willing to kill some people. So I definitely think he would be a good representation for the Batman family, since he's a lot more willing to get the job done than the traditional Batman, you know? He would be cool, but I don't think he's very good chance. Lobo. I'd say Lobo's also a maybe. He definitely would also take the chance, but I just don't know if DC would allow. Yeah, actually, they would because they own Mortal Kombat. But still, I just don't think he's got it. You know, I just don't know it. This guy. I forgot what movie this guy's from. I say I wish. He's impossible. He ain't doing anything if he's put into a ring with Mortal Kombat fighters, like at all. Okay, what's this guy's name? Doctor, not Doctor, he's like RoboCop, but darker. I'm gonna pick maybe. He's cool, and he's got a lot of but I just don't think he's got the, stuff for it, you know? I just don't think he's got the stuff for it. But, yeah, moving on, we got, Guts. I'd say Guts is also a maybe. Talking about this guy again, he's cool, and he's just I just think he's just too much like RoboCop, and I think that's why he won't be in the game. So I'd say probably no. Actually, Guts is a maybe though. Guts is cool. He would definitely do all these things, and he's got a cool big sword. But I just don't know if that sword's big enough. His sword might be too big for Mortal Kombat, if you know what I'm saying. But moving on, we have this guy. Don't know him. I say I'm just gonna put it down there because I don't even know him. um, I think this is a xenomorph thing. I say possible. Probably no. I don't know who this is, but they look like they could do something. This guy I also don't know. Okay, now something I know. Nemesis. I would say Nemesis is probably a maybe. He definitely would do some of these things. He would be cool, and I definitely could see him doing some cool stuff, but I just think he's too big of a dude for it. You know? Like, we've got some big characters in Mortal Kombat, but I think he's, like, big, like, a bit too big. But that's just me. Pyramid Head. This is a very possible. If they like to add horror, why not horror games? Silent Hill is definitely the #1 pick for horror game characters to add, and there is no better option than Pyramid Head. He is perfect. Giant sword, funny head, and he is brutal. He is no doubt that he would do all these things. Spring Trap. I would say very possible, honestly. With this new movie new FNAF movie coming out soon, and FNAF's just undying popularity, another great horror character to add is Springtrap. He has supernatural elements that allows him to keep up with other characters. His spring-locked suit gives him definitely some enhanced strength, and he is just a formidable, scary foe. He would probably play very similarly to Jason, since he would probably utilize weapons, axes, knives, to its advantage just to scare you, the opponent. Maybe he would have a jump scare mechanic where he just stuns the opponent through sheer shock. Gears of War characters. You got just some brand character mascots now. Gears of War, I would say probably no. They have some brutal things, but I just don't see them in Mortal Kombat. This guy's a maybe. I don't think his games are brutal enough to allow Mortal Kombat, but if it was, I would love to see this guy. What's his name? Kilgore. Not Kilgore. What's his name? Is his name Kilgore? Or that's the other guy. I forget his name, but it's something Gore at the end. He's pretty cool. Master Chief, probably no. He's basically on par with him, so I don't really need to explain it. Kratos is already been in Mortal Kombat, but I'm gonna put him maybe, because this is the older Kratos. If they would be willing to re-add Kratos as his older version with the Leviathan axe, I think that would be awesome. And that's one of the few chances he gets for reappearance. I really hope this time he's not PlayStation exclusive, though. This guy, probably impossible. He's definitely a fighter, but I just don't think he's that good of a fighter. He's definitely supernatural, but I just don't think he's got much to his name. Don't know. I recognize this guy. I forget his name, but probably no. Actually, I'd say possible. I don't think he's holding up against anybody on this list. Ganondorf, probably. I'd say I wish. He would be very cool, but Nintendo's not allowing a single character in Mortal Kombat. I can tell you that very much. Ridley, same situation. Ridley would be awesome in Mortal Kombat, but I just don't think he would be. He would be one, too big, and two, just like Smash, too big, and two, he would just be. He's Nintendo, so I just know. Doomslayer is very possible. There was originally a leak that is potentially hinted at him being added. I was so excited about that because Doomslayer is awesome. I love Doom so much, and he deserves to be in Mortal Kombat. He's perfect for Mortal Kombat, but they didn't add him anyway. or at least that was not really confirmed yet. So still looking forward to that. Hopefully he does get added. He's very deserving and he's perfect. Shaggy? Why is the last one Shaggy? I wish he'd be funny, but no, he doesn't fit at all. That's the tier list. Like I mentioned, as the other two, leave comments down below what you would rank for these tier lists. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.